Crypto in health. You want to know how crypto is working in health? We come to you every day with juicy news on wealth, wellness, and well being. We're broadcasting to you live from 1.4 degrees south of the equator and 37 degrees east of the central meridian. I like to tell you we're right in the cryptographic middle of the world. You're with me, Scholastica Mugi, and I'm coming to you at 1100 hours, Coordinated Universal Time, UTC here on the Ubricoin channel. You're just in time, and we're calling you as a new argonaut for Africa to join us in steering the economies of Africa. We're guided by Annlee Saxenian, who described in her book, The New Argonauts 2006, about the role of the diaspora who traveled to America and returned from Silicon Valley to their home countries to support new industries in semiconductor. Now, in your case, you don't have to travel back and forth like Saxenian described about the argonauts of the 1990s and before. You let the information technology do the traveling for you through the internet and of course the blockchain economy, which is the Ubricoin. And this is why we're shilling UBN, because we know it helps you solve two fundamental problems: your retirement funds and education for your offsprings. Now, I remind you guys that COVID-19 is still hitting us hard with an upsurge in the number of positive cases each and every single day. And yesterday here in Kenya, we lost 12 lives to the pandemic in just 24 hours. That was huge for us. So indeed, COVID-19 kills, and we need God's intervention, guys, as we even play a role of maintaining the good hygiene of washing our hands with soap and water, sanitizing with an alcohol-based sanitizer. You're wearing your mask every time you're in public, and of course, you're observing social distancing without pretending that those things don't count. I know that there are people who are just walking about recklessly, saying that, well, this COVID-19 is not real. I don't have to wear my mask. I'm just coming out here and getting back to my house. No, that is a moment when COVID-19 will catch up with you and you'll be narrating a different story. And of course, we don't want that, guys. So let's keep going, and let's just keep doing what is necessary for all of us. Now, shout out to Grace, Naomi, Shiko, Irene, Susan, Barbara, Abed, Evans, Betty, JJ, Jojo, David Buturo, Miss Kindness for Cherry Productions, Madam Beatrice Marango, Joyce of Seattle, Dr. Stephen Karanja, Mr. Mbuga, Kimani Kamau, Eglantin Lonperia, Romario, Producer Purity, Tom Pinch 254, Samuel Gatua, Brand Rakoi, Ian Mwangi, Jacob Yator, Jane Nelson, The Prince, Chiza, Justin, Mohammed Ali, Global Trader, Ruth Owino, Jane Gashigu, Irene Keaton, Engineer Masinga, The Comical Canadian, Mark Wawero, Stephen Opanga, Raja Usman, Veronica Mwangi, Justus Kimeli, Chiza, Charles Kea, Washira SM Pwani, Jane Washira, Lynn Washira, David Ogutu, Isaac Kithua, Miriam Flower, Bishop Mackenzie, Moses, Mr. Mbuthia, Pastor Zippy, Jessica, Daniel, John. There's Alpha Nyota, Steve Nyabuto, Jason Gore, Wanjiko Kinuthia, Ibrahim Gitao, Felix Sherry, Shali, Fred, Jojo Duke, massive love. And of course, for Cherry Productions, I see you, you're live. Thank you for the shout out. Massive love for joining us. Thank you so much, guys. Now, on our COVID-19, first of all, before we go there, we need some inspiration. And so our inspiration today comes from Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and are safe. Let's ponder upon those words. And of course, on our COVID-19 term, we define SARS-CoV-2. Next, on our crypto news segment, we tell you about G20 laying regulatory groundwork for accepting digital payments. And on Ubrica today, we're looking at some of the challenges that blockchain money faces, such as UBN. Of course, there has to be challenges here and there, but we're going to be discussing them and seeing what happens. So let's begin with SARS-CoV-2, which stands for Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome Coronavirus 2. Now, according to Yale medicine experts, SARS-CoV-2 is a new coronavirus that causes COVID-19, which is believed to have started in animals and spread to humans. Animal-to-person spread was suspected after the initial outbreak in December among people who had a link to a large seafood and live animal market in Wuhan, China. While no one knows for sure how SARS-CoV-2 spread from an animal and what type of animal to a human, SARS-CoV-2 is a beta coronavirus, which means it originated in bats. And of course, this is the virus that's giving us a headache each and every single day. So there's no time to let our guard down, guys. We need to be taking precaution, which takes us to what is happening in as far as our COVID-19 status here in Kenya is concerned. We're looking at the total number of tested people is now at 216,242. And out of that, 10,294 have tested positive, while thankfully 2,946 have recovered. We have 197 deaths. So that is exactly what is happening here in Kenya. So you choose where you want to belong. And if you don't want to really belong in this list, you can just choose to belong in the list of being tested and not, and just having a negative status, but keeping on to observe the guidelines that we have been told by the World Health Organization as well as the Ministry of Health, so that we are on the safe side, guys. There's no joke. COVID-19 is here and it's taking us by a storm, and I don't know, if you're not taking charge, if you're not being careful, if you're not exercising self-discipline, then there's definitely a big problem. Now, moving on to our crypto news segment, we're analyzing an article on Cointelegraph. This is by, let me just look at what is happening. This is by Tana Wright, and which headlines: G20 lays regulatory groundwork for accepting digital payments. Digital currency payments may be a reality for G20 members before the next summit in Saudi Arabia. As reported by Kodo News, officials revealed that the G20 summit, comprising representatives from 19 countries and the European Union, would be laying the groundwork to accept digital payments. Now, the changes are expected to begin in October, presumably at the G20 financial, ministerial, and deputies meetings in Washington, D.C., and before the next summit in Riyadh in November. According to the Japanese news outlet, G20 officials enacted the policy change in response to China's progress on creating a digital yuan and Facebook's anticipated release of Libra. Cointelegraph reported in June that the People's Bank of China's National Council for Social Security announced the completion of the back-end architecture development for the country's central bank digital currency. So we're looking at change in position on digital currency. Of course, this is the G20, looking at it in this way. Now, for us, digital currency is just not any other digital currency. We are looking at blockchain money. And of course, when you hear blockchain money, the first thing that should be appearing in your mind is a held crypto. The health crypto here in this case is the UBN. And of course, blockchain money has been gaining traction every single day without a doubt. But of course, blockchain money has its, it comes with its own unique challenges that we need to, acknowledge and also discuss them so that we can see how we're going to maneuver in this industry. Now, guys, we want to see, I'm just going to discuss three major challenges that we feel have affected the blockchain money, such as UBN and other cryptos. And I just want us to discuss them. The first one being political ecosystem. Now, looking at the political ecosystem here in Kenya, it definitely presents a daunting challenge because you know what? Politicians have a routine of misleading local people, and their aim is only to earn votes and then going on ahead to suppress the same people who voted for them. So this kind of tendencies definitely, politicians use. They definitely just use them to propagate lies about what's happening on the ground in as far as, cryptos are concerned. And that becomes a very big challenge because you know what? The country is under political power without a doubt. And of course, we also know that the flow of the money is determined by the political establishment. So definitely, when politicians talk ill about blockchain money, it is because they don't understand, the dynamics of blockchain money. For them, they only see it as tax avoidance, pyramid scheme, which we have had over time. But the truth is, they really don't understand what is the cryptos. What is the blockchain money? What does it entail? That's the truth, of course. And this is a really big challenge, which we seek to overcome by creating awareness on exactly what blockchain money is all about. Now, looking at the second challenge, we're looking at the economy. And this is a challenge because finance is centralized, and therefore it is difficult to access finance. Now, because first of all, in order for you to access the money, you must come with collateral, that being your title deed, maybe your car, maybe your house. And of course, therefore, it means that you just having a simple degree in this country does not guarantee you access to financing. So we look at it as knowledge not being considered as a collateral for capital. So in that case, many of us are definanced, which means that even if we have an account in the bank, it does not help us much because we don't have access to this finance. So this is really it poses a big challenge to especially the young people in this country. We have seen it over time, and we look at it as blockchain money coming to solve this situation, because you know what, blockchain money definitely does not have the central power. And of course, this collateral thing that you must have a title, your knowledge is not put into account, definitely it ends with blockchain money. Now we're looking at the third thing being the social ecosystem. Now we're looking at the economy today, which is largely operated on social networks. Remember that baby shower that you were put in, some time back? Of course, the weddings are online, and of course the funerals, and of course during these meetings, people are now, it is that time that people now bring their economic issues, which means that the economic issues are the prime become the secondary issues after the social issues, which is really a challenge, because we know that the economic issues are the ones which are supposed to be primary to all of us, because we're facing issues of a lack of finance for the better part of the population. However, despite all these challenges, we're looking at decentralized finance, with cryptocurrency playing a huge role in getting the excluded people into the economy, which is really amazing. And of course, we're looking at UBN working on decentralized finance smart contract on the Ethereum platform. Of course, we're on the Ethereum blockchain. And so this is definitely going to help us bypass the economic obstacle, which will really be amazing. So we're also looking at cryptos being able to facilitate transactions of trust among the people. And of course, blockchain money like UBN is going to help us overcome this problem, because we are going to, blockchain money provides direct financing. So these are some of the challenges that we feel we face in this world of the blockchain money. And of course, we know that we're going to overcome them, because, nothing lasts forever. And of course, everything has a challenge. But the key is, how do we navigate through these challenges, and how do we avoid hearsays from our politicians? We need to get things on the ground. You need to find out things for yourself, instead of just, listening to people who actually have no idea of exactly how blockchain money works. So that's really important. And which takes me now to looking at what is happening to the markets, UBN action. And I'm looking at either Flyer today is taking the center stage with the UBN ETH pair. Of course, either Flyer has had a lot of activity in the last 24 hours. I can see that the volume is also looking impressive, and so many people took the action to either Flyer. We also have the UBN ETH pair on Phoenix Box coming in second. Also, the volume is amazing. We also have the UBN ETH on Cryptlock X exchange. We're looking at it on, of course, even the volumes are just amazing. Today, the volumes are really good. And of course, UBN Doge on Phoenix Box is coming in at 4th place. Then UBN BTC 5th place, UBN USDT 6th place. Now, we are just happy because the UBN has also had a good day today. We're looking at 79.2% increase in the price of Ubricoin, which is really impressive. That means that people are heading out to the markets. They're doing what they need to do, which is, acting right, going on to doing active trading, which is exactly what we need for the Ubricoin. Let us keep pumping this price for the Ubricoin, and definitely we're gonna head to the moon. And of course, with all these challenges, you can see that Ubricoin still is doing so well, because there are people out there determined to get to the space of where we do not want centralized finance. We're looking for decentralized finance. And how we're going to get it is definitely through your health crypto, which is the Ubricoin. So, guys, I'd like to love you and leave you at that with a quote by an American entrepreneur, Jim Brown, who says, "We must all suffer one of two things: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret." I have been your girl, Scholastic Kamuki, and until tomorrow, it is goodbye for now. Ciao.